Just because summer is over does not in any way mean that you cannot continue to grow. Hey guys, Tammy here with Yogi Gardens, and today I am spreading some leaves and mulching my garden. Now I've planted several things. I probably started around late August, starting some seed babies inside, some of my lettuce, my collards, kale, and last year was really the first time that I actually grew throughout the winter, and I absolutely loved it. I had less bugs to deal with, and come like February, like about around the end of February, everything was just huge and growing so big, and I didn't have to worry about the cabbage worms and all of those other disgusting bugs that love to eat brassicas. So I wanted to once again grow throughout the winter, and this year I decided to grow a little bit more varieties of kales and lots of different greens, leafy greens, and I'm super excited, but I wanted to take a moment to make this video and just kind of show you my process. And when you grow through the winter, you want to make sure and cover your ground with a nice layer of mulch to really protect it. Now I am in zone 6B, so it gets pretty cold here, but not like super cold. Now for all of you that live in like Canada, I have no clue what the hell you would do. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what you would do if there's like mountains and mountains of snow. But here it doesn't really snow that much, so not anything too crazy. And everything thrived and did really well. Now everything grew slowly, but as soon as the temperature started to rise just a little bit, it just all took off and was so lovely. So the first thing you want to do whenever you start planting your winter garden, if you live in a zone similar to mine, is you want to put that nice about 3-inch layer of mulch down. Now I use leaves. I find that it just breaks down really nice. It's free if you have them in your own backyard, or if you have friends like I do. I have amazing people in my life that will just give me all of the leaves and come drop them off at my home. These are actually even mulched, which is even better, because then I don't have to mulch them myself. So if you don't have leaves in your own backyard like me, then reach out to your friends on Facebook or wherever, and see if you can't go get some from one of your friends. So I always put down a nice thick layer of mulch, like I said, about 3 to 4 inches will do, and you just want to kind of place it around your plants. You don't want to smother them, but you want to keep that soil nice and warm and protected throughout the winter months. This will also control a lot of your weeds too, so you won't have as big of a problem with those come spring. Make sure that after you lay all of the leaves in place that you are watering them down. This just helps them from blowing away. And you definitely want to make sure that the leaves are mulched. So maybe just use a lawnmower to run over the leaves, especially if you have a bag on the back like I do, then you can actually collect them. But yeah, so make sure that they're all nice and mulched down. You don't want any big, chunky, thick leaves. This will cause slime and mildew and then introduce diseases to your plants, and you definitely don't want that. So make sure that they're nice and mulched and that you have a nice, good consistency, like so. If you can see, they're all nice and mulched down. Second thing that you would want to do is build some kind of hoops over all of the things that are in the ground. My aunt, for instance, she grew in the ground. She didn't place anything over her kale and it did survive. But I like to give that added protection just in case, because I don't want to have to come out here in 7-degree weather and put a layer of frost cloth over my plants when it's freezing out. So I just go ahead and build up something that I can keep frost cloth over my plants all winter, and then of course when it gets above like freezing, then I'll take it off, and then they just explode. It's quite amazing. But anyway, so you want to build something over it. Now I use this wire here to kind of, I cut it down and make little hoops out of it. I think this is 9 gauge. I believe, I'll have to look at that, but it's the stuff that's kind of thick, but not thick, so thick that you can't bend it, and not so thin that it's going to collapse. I think that it's 9 gauge. So you make these little hoops over whatever you are planting, and then just stick frost cloth over it. And I use these cool little pins that I got, clothespins actually, that I got off of Amazon, and they're pretty nifty. They're metal, so they're not going to break like the wooden ones, and they work really, really well, and they hold up nicely. I'll put some links down in the description below for all of the stuff that I use. When it comes to your potted plants, you also want to make sure that you're putting leaves and mulching whatever you have growing in pots. So I have some stuff growing in the ground, I have some stuff growing underneath my hoop houses, directly behind me. And then I also have things growing in pots. I also have a little grow tent that I got from Aldi, which was pretty cool because it was only like 30 bucks. Super awesome. And I have some things growing in there too. And then I also have some things growing in my greenhouse in a grow tower. So I have a few things, you know, various places, but wherever I'm growing, I want to put a nice layer of mulch down and also give it that protection. So whether it's protected with plastic or whether it's protected with frost cloth, I'm always gonna keep a cover on it of some sort. So those are the tips I have for gardening through the winter. And if you all have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you all have anything that you wanna kind of see what I do or what I've got going on, definitely let me know, and give me a follow, a like. Please share this video if you found it useful. If you didn't, share it anyway. Hope this helps in some way, and I hope that you guys don't get discouraged from growing through the winter, because it's pretty magical when you come outside and you see, you know, all the snow and ice, and then there's still green underneath your frost cloth. It's seriously like the coolest thing ever. So until next time, guys, have an amazing day. Bye. Happy gardening.